Hi, welcome guys to Dod Days Podcast. As you can see, today it's kind of strange energy. Like we're out of the country. Yeah, we're out of the country. We're in the heart of Bogolobi. If you guys have heard of Bandali, man, you know, today was my first time walking around Bandali, you guys. So it's been a tourist experience. I felt like a Mungo Park around here. So yeah, today we are at our new home. Yeah, it's called Crystal Restaurant and Bar, right? So yeah, and as you can see, it's a new feeling. Yeah, I feel like I'm in the UK, man. So I don't know about you guys, yeah, but obviously I'm not alone. I am with this guy, by the way. He's called Jafar. But if you've seen, you can Google Jafar and see what you're going to see. Go to the images. The first image of Jafar you are getting. I want him to tell me it's the inspiration of this name. Anyway, I'm with Jafar today. I'm going to be co-hosting with him from now till time. Is it right to say time immemorial?
We're going to do on the podcast.
So I'm going to be working with Jafar, yeah, and Aubrey, who is BTS today, sort of fainted on his way, so he cannot be speaking. So yeah, I'm with Jafar, and yeah, introduce yourself. If I start, you're going to say it's banter.
Well, hello everyone. My mother calls me the problem. The ladies call me Steve Chocolate. I call myself Wicked Skangman. But on the side note, like I said, I am Jafar.
For the record, Stormzy has a copyright on that name. Go ahead.
But yes, I am Jafar, and it's a pleasure to be here. Hopefully, stay in touch, communicate. You know, like Fikfa Maker says, follow, like, and comment. But also subscribe, yeah? It's like the name goes, yeah? Dog Days, you know, where they do dogs on the block. So, you know, support the big dogs and see what's up, yeah?
Yes, sir. Yeah, so we are taking a bit of a new direction, of course. Like you see, it's new people, yeah. It's a new setting. Yeah, we are getting a bit more fancy, man. Like, money has come, so yeah. We are
Truly
getting a
well
bit, truly out, truly well. So we are getting a bit more fancy. So, of course, our conversations are going to be a little bit, how do I call it? We are going to have more tests, you get me? So
Diverse. Everywhere.
We are not going to be overing parties, but we are going to get serious because we want government jobs again. So we are going to be chatting about serious stuff, but of course we are going to find the balance. Something else I need to tell you guys, we are going to be doing two forms of content. We are going to be doing this sit down with him and guests, and we have something we did so we are going to be releasing. It's called Straight Talk, me and 3 others, and of course him as well when we are all together. So you will have this like at an hour, but we'll be cutting that into bits so that you guys can have the short form you've been telling me about. So as you can see, I care about the customers. It's like you guys are first. Anyway, today we want to talk about a few serious topics before we get into the funny stuff. Yeah, it's been long overdue, and no one has been talking about it. So we want to talk about the Pope. Yeah, I don't know. He just pitched it to me, so I want him to drive me there. I don't know which angle he's looking at, so I want him to drive me there. Yeah.
So, for start, as a disclaimer, we're not against the Catholic Church. We don't want protests in the comments. We're sorry if we hurt your feelings, but
there was just a conversation before him.
A disclaimer. But then, anyway, to get into it, yeah, as the past tragedy of the last Pope, what was his name again? Pope Francis?
Francis, yeah.
Yes.
The election. The Catholics also say peace be upon him.
Yes, it is. But anyway, yes. So, the new Pope, you know, Pope Leo,
the 14th. Bro, I noted the number.
The 14th.
The 14th.
But then, due to his rise out, yes, we had a little bit of controversies around. There were jokes on the internet, if you read about it. Things about the new Pope selection, the Pope smoke jokes everywhere. You know the black
We mean
smoke.
pop smoke like omuka. You get.
But point being, like for those who don't know, I think it's the white smoke when they select a pop and black when they haven't selected. Is it?
No.
It's the other way around.
Wait, why is it? Why is it like that though? Like, why is it black when they have? Black is when they have selected. Yes, black is when they have. White is when they have.
Yes.
That's racist.
Yes.
Black is when they have not selected.
Yes. That's how it is. And our point being, on the roster,
black man, kawa.
on the rest of selection, there was a section where we had the black pop, right? I'm not familiar with the name,
Okay,
but then
Cardinal Sarah.
she's a woman. It's a genuine question.
Yes, this morning I was thinking about it. I was like, so this guy, because you know they take on new names even when they think they're becoming cardinals, right?
And
They must be taking on new names.
Mm.
Okay, even if that was the name given to him, I'd have. But still, like, at least it had to have, like the way you see John Mary, like there's a feminine touch, like you should provide balance. Like at least,
Man,
like be called Paul Sarah, you get like,
see, man, me, I grew up from Africa. Sarah was a name for girls.
anyway, yeah, it's called Cardinal Sarah, like the
yes.
lead guy, yeah.
So Cardinal Sarah, yes. And I feel it's made a very big impact with black people because everyone had the hopes and the dreams of someone. Because a pope is quite this iconic figure, yes, in the Catholic Church worldwide. It's like they transcend humanity. They become the epitome of church religiousness. Yes?
Yeah.
And the option of having a black pope, or even the mere thought, was just beyond every black person's imagination, yes? And people were like, we should give the black pope a chance. And very many black communities out there were very hyped about the situation. But then the question that I posed to myself and I'd like to pose to the viewers and you would be is, do you think that the selection or the might have been chance of a black pope would actually change the dynamics of the world?
You know what's funny? Like before the Pope actually passed away, the people that I was in contact with at that time, I actually told the Pope is going to die. I expected him, like he outlived my expectations. Like okay, to be honest, no, like once he fell sick, I was like, now this one is the final straw for the camel, man. It's gone. But he lived. Now, at that moment, I actually looked for the conclave. And you know how there's Cardinal Adeyemi?
You first.
I feel like, no, I want to drive it for you.
Before you get any further, yes? Would you describe to the viewers who haven't watched what the conclave is about? Because I'm hearing conclave. What is a conclave, man?
Okay, if you've not watched the conclave, man, you're not actually enjoying film. I don't watch movies myself, but I had to watch conclave because that's okay. That's my test. I want like that realistic stuff there. So the conclave is about the paper selection. Yeah. So the conclave is a movie that is definitely about how the pope is selected, the process. The conclave is the name of the process that goes on, like the name of the whole process. I'm forgetting how it is called when that those guys come together. So it is basically these cardinals coming together and selecting a pope amongst themselves. What I want to do for those who have not yet watched it or who might watch it after this is spoil, but it's quite the ending for an LGBTQ world. Going on.
Yeah, Vlad.
Going on. I feel like those guys tried to prepare us for the narrative of a black pope in the character Cardinal Adeyemi and all that, which I liked. Cardinal Adeyemi was the black cardinal that was almost becoming pope, but then they used some guy had blackmail on him. He had a kid in his past.
The pope must be virgin. No, okay, let's first take a break.
No, okay. The thing is, the pope must not, like any other priest, the pope is like the high priest. So any priest, the high priest must not bear any child.
So celibacy.
Exactly. That is like the calling. That is how you affirm your calling. So Cardinal Adeyemi was basically supposed to become Pope. He had all the votes. But there was this nun that he had a kid with.
So he nailed the nun.
Yes, years back. Yeah, so someone released it to the conclave. But amongst us is a brother, amongst us a black one, moreover. Okay, they did it dramatically. They brought this nun in the cafeteria. They brought the nun in the cafeteria. She was on the plane. It's actually the dead Pope, because it's like the dead Pope had chosen. It's okay for conspiracy theorists, yeah? It's a very parallel story to what happened with Pope Francis, but I'm going to stick to the conclave. The Pope sort of had decided who
would be the next Pope.
That is why you had the Pope from Afghanistan coming in. That is who he wanted. If you guys have never broken it down like that, he wanted that guy to be the Pope.
This is the movie or this is real life?
That is the movie. That is like the plot. So Cardinal Adeyemi failed to. Okay, my point is, the Afghanistan thing, by the way, was, I feel like it was just a subplot that the writer ignored. The main thing was
a succession rate.
No. The whole point of that movie, by the way, okay, let me just spoil it at once, was a transsexual Pope.
First, wait, transsexual?
Like, they never wanted to bring it because it was very aggressive. They never wanted to bring it in the notion of, I said,
yes, that's right. Wait.
But it's the same thing though.
No, first wait.
Transgender and transsexual are the same.
I thought the guy was a homophobe. No, sorry.
It was what are they, hermaphrodite. That's the thing.
A worm Pope.
Yes, that's the thing. But then they could not present it.
Wait, fun fact. Worms are hermaphrodite, yes? We're all aware of this, yes?
Yes. Okay. But okay, the thing is, they could not present it as someone who transitioned
from female to male.
Yes, they had to bring it as, because the idea of, I'm going to use their language, the trannies, is that
the trannies?
Like, okay, no, go on the internet and search that word. It's the most, okay, like, when I'm a Redditor, like, of course, like, we are exposed to all that stuff.
It's
so
okay.
The thing is, trannies believe it is a natural process for them. So, me, I believe them hiding it in this movie was them trying to cover it up, that it is a natural process. Now, for example, this guy had it happening naturally to him. So that's why they could not bring that. He had that, because initially they show he had gone, was it to Switzerland, to try and numb one side of it, the feminine bit of it. But it's like, he had a second thought. I think he actually confessed it to the other guy. I'm forgetting his name, the other cardinal. And he told him, I actually made up my mind or something like that. So I had to.
But then I thought usually that one side is dominant to the other. Like, yes, you may have a weenie, but it's tiny, crooked, and inactive. Yes?
For all the weenies, watch. We didn't mean it like that. Okay, but the thing is, yes, one side might be inactive. But then here, what they were trying to show is that, okay, what they were trying to put in our minds is that, imagine it so happened that a female that transitioned to a male wanted to run for Pope. What would happen? For me, that movie had two agendas. To preach that and to bring women more into the church. Because if you look at it, I think the most double down subplot was the plot of the nuns. That is a conclave. The Black Pope, Cardinal Sarah. First of all, I was hurt that guy never even had any chance. Like, when you look at the votes, he never had any chance. Like, after all, truth is that once we had the Pope is dying, some of us that knew where the rabbit holes are went into them. Everybody was saying this is the time, and man, there are very many prophecies
about a black Pope. Rabbit holes in the Vatican.
There are very many prophecies about a black Pope, what the thing Saint Malachi said. Okay, the notion of the Black Pope, and in relation to the church, is that the Black Pope is actually going to
The end of the world?
Precede the end of the world. He's the one that actually comes to it. But the funny thing...
So you're saying he's the Antichrist?
No, that is not how St. Malachi. Because if you read anything that St. Malachi has written, I think that's the name, and Nostradamus, those guys have actually talked about the end times and who the Pope will be and all that. But okay, this is a funny thing. We are thinking of the Pope as black in skin color. But the thing is, what if I told you Pope Francis was the proverbial black Pope? No, okay, let me construct this. You guys should be seeing Aubrey's expressions behind the scenes. Okay, this is the thing. Pope Francis was a Jesuit.
Explain to the ignorant what a Jesuit is.
Jesuits are... Catholics have sects amongst themselves. It's like the way you find there are nuns who put on blue and nuns who put on cream.
And black?
Yes?
And black?
No, black. No, I've not seen a nun put on black apart from the white ones. Sister Act. You're chatting Sister Act. Have you heard Sister Act? You've never heard Sister Act?
Disclaimer, I don't watch religious movies.
No, like Sister Act is... Who is this lady? I'm forgetting her name. She's an actor. You know what Sister Act? I think that was the first movie I actually watched. My child. No, she's... No.
So nuns in Uganda don't wear black?
I've not seen a nun putting on black. But, okay, they have sects amongst themselves. So even the priests have, I think. So they are Jesuits. They are Franciscans. So Pope Francis was a Jesuit.
But he was Francis.
Yes, he was, like, he subscribed to the Jesuit ideology.
Why wasn't he part of the Franciscan?
The same reason.
He was part of the Jesuit.
Museveni did not subscribe to Obote's party. You get the same reason. It was a bit... Okay, what I'm driving at is that there was some politics involved.
Okay.
So, basically, that was the thing. And the Jesuits put on black. So some schools of thought have argued that Pope Francis was actually the black Pope Nostradamus and St. Malachi we're talking about.
Who are those people?
Those are guys that wrote prophecies about the church way back. That conversation we've had with this guy, those Deuteronomical guys, those things. I made to actually
so they were like the ideas into it.
Come on, you get, come on. But okay, for me, I think it is just that we are black. We are a minority. So it felt nice to actually hear that
there is a
possibility of someone representing us. But ideally, man, I don't think there was hope for us. Because when you look at the breakdown of the ballots, and Cardinal Sarah was just there to vote, bro. All respect to my guy, but he was just there to vote.
There's some argument I had with a friend some time back, whereby we were comparing the ancestral liberators, the Black Panthers, those people that fought for Black history and whatnot, and with the modern day equality we have of race and whatnot, And I was of the notion of saying that they fought for an equality that we in this current generation have not achieved. Understand? Like, yes, we can't say that their deaths and their sacrifice and their contribution was not valid. I feel like now we can be counted as human beings on the planet. We have basic human rights, right to food, right to life, all of that nonsense, but we haven't achieved that equality between race. Think of it more of, there's no way that, okay, this is going to be mean and rude, but white people, right? White. There are very many incidents whereby you're going to read in the news or watch a BBC whereby this white person goes to school and just, oozes everyone, right? And they're going to get caught. And the first thing is they're going to try to be justified. I have a mental illness, I wasn't in my right mind, I had my girlfriend dumped me, they have all of these excuses that are brought prior. Take us back to that primary notion of you're innocent, still proven guilty. But then with the blacks, I feel like it's the reverse. You're guilty, still proven innocent, right? Because with blacks that I've seen, maybe like in the movie references on the news, they shoot, then question later, right? And now that proves that there's that level of humane sort of recognition, but not an actual race equality.
I feel like what you're saying is the equivalent of. I've actually thought about it a lot. The men-women equality thing. We can never be equal. We shall never be equal. No, like I'm comparing. Why you look at me like that? I'm comparing. Okay, this is going to be used against me, I know, someday. But because of time, because of everything that has happened, we will never be equal to the white man. There's a reason we are putting on his garb and not ours.
In courts of law?
No, like, even right now, these stitches and everything, it's his craft. We had ours. We had our trees we were unbacking to make clothes. Why aren't we putting them on? Why aren't they clothes? They were covering still. They were doing the work that Adam wanted them to do.
A sense of evolution, Chelse.
Exactly. We are evolving into them, except our skin colors are not evolving.
No, I think that's where the difference
I'm going to add someone, but
because now with this, I feel like we can try to adopt their ways of life, right? But not to an eccentric core. Because now I feel like with most black people, let me just say with most African countries, right? African people, we have adopted a Western mentality to suppress our black or our, for lack of a better word, Africanicity.
It's what we were told we are supposed to do anyway.
And I think that's where the problem comes in, because me dressing up in this doesn't mean I'm white, right?
Yes, but it's you acknowledging, or the people that gave them to you acknowledging.
How would you style an animal cloth?
Exactly, that's the point. If you cannot style it, there is a man that's putting on his dress. Do you know how absurd it is to walk around in a dress as a man? Shout out to Prince Albin Salman. We got you. Like, we respect you, by the way. I know you're watching. He puts on a dress. Like, the only time he's putting on pants is when he is putting on the dress after. Or maybe, his underwear, you get me. It's royal underwear.
So you're saying that we have been colonized to the basic level of instinct.
The agenda was successful. So that's why, even going back to the context of the Pope and the Black Pope, Cardinal Sarah turned up in the things that the Roman Empire told us a Catholic garb. What you wear as a cardinal, you have to put on, I'm forgetting the name of that guy, then the habit, then these guys, like, you get. The point is, as Africans, we should just be happy that we have someone on that table, because that was the main argument of slavery.
But have you realized that Afro-Americans are not genuinely black or African? Have you taken to like notice
you're now going to the discussion that was on Twitter sometime about how black Americans are. Do they even have culture? I think they were like, Black Americans' culture is simply the trap songs.
But
then
that's so white. If you look at it, because
then some cocaine, some alcohol.
I believe cocaine is white because it's a white.
Yes, but now that is their culture. Now that's what they identify with. It is different from the UK black. The UK black is still connected.
The UK black is from Ghana, Nigeria, right?
Bro, I'm now thinking of first generation right now. I'm chatting Bukayo Saka.
It's Nigerian. It's African.
But he is identifying as British.
Yes, but it's African. The things are right.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, those guys have culture.
They're there, but they're still part of us. Yes?
They're African. Even if they detach, they still have the culture entwined.
So you're saying there's a difference between black and African? Simply.
Yeah.
And black and African are different.
Yeah, the bottom line of this should be, the reason we don't have a black pope is because we are black. We are not going to be equal. It's not going to happen. It's the world. We subscribe to civilization. We either unsubscribe or follow up.
Dear Vatican, if you're watching, this is Chelse.
I could qualify for a cardinal because I'm living a celibate life, by the way. I could start my journey. Like, you guys just have to give me a call. Like, it doesn't have to be a spiritual calling. It just has to be a paper calling. I'm going, trust me. If he calls me and he's like, we need you in the church. Okay, so this episode, like we said, our first episode, is brought to you by again.
Crystal.
Yeah, man. I don't know if you guys are not seeing what we are going through. Like
It's close to Bugolobi Flats.
Bugolobi Flats before Banana Bar. Yeah, I hope we're not making a commercial for those guys. We are making the commercial is for Crystal. And man, make sure you guys like look at what you are. I came here hungry, but yeah, the ambience fed me. Like you can, if you're looking for vibes and your life has been putting you through a lot and you're just looking for vibes, you don't have money, can still come around and sit. You feed on vibes.
You can speak Luganda in this podcast, yes?
It's okay. Tuk is all Uganda. And any other language, by the way. Okay.
This place is actually a corporate bar, by the way. Like, you leave those funny places you guys go to. And they say corporate bar and it's ramshackle.
Give up on funders.
Don't go there, guys.
I'm touching that cover.
I am, guys, I'm from Nakawa. What do you mean? Hey, don't mess around with funders.
Okay, let's move on. For all that have been offended, I'm not taking it back. Anyway, so the other thing that we want to talk about, something that I pitched to him, is a brawl that's going on. That's I think it has touched very many people, and they're like, you guys feel like you're watching a movie now. The Trump vs. Musk debacle.
Let's call it Love Island's biggest breakup.
Okay, we want to talk about that, but you guys are going to say I'm a conspiracy theorist, but
before you,
I have a whole different angle, so I want you guys to first get his opinion. Man, you guys, man, I take my time. They can't just drive me like that. Like this guy chat. I don't know what to think about it.
Let's give the viewers a bit of context.
Okay, thing is, initially 2024, 2024, I think. 2024. Trump stepped into the race to run for president. More or less a no-brainer. Just Kamala Harris. Not to be a misogynist, but there was no way she was going to beat Trump at it. Just saying, like, it was already written. And luckily enough, Elon Musk stepped into the race to support him and all that. I think he put in about $250 million just on Trump, the Trump campaign. About $250 million. Obviously, the whole world saw that something was going on, something was happening, something was being given birth to, a new alliance, a new coalition, and all that type of thing.
Intercourse.
Yeah, there was an intercourse, because intercourse is basically intercourse is basically discourse between two parties. The exchange is what makes intercourse.
I don't think Pamite shall describe sex like this.
No, this one is
discourse.
No, all I'm saying. The Trump,
union.
No, Mama, all I
come together.
What's that here? If I say that Trump Musk intercourse and someone says the Trump Musk union with all that energy, we don't mean to say that they have anything going on between them, except for for the bro. Yeah. So obviously, some of us were actually victims to the alliance. Trump, Musk, they were cooperating and everything. So they created a whole department for Musk to manage. And that's the Department of Government Efficiency, Dodge, and all that. So you had
Dodge, by the way.
Then you had things like USA. There were a lot of fundings. There was a lot of expenditure that was cut. Some of us have succumbed to it. So
you know what?
USA and all
Let me run the interlude, because now for you yes, too much, right? So to put it simply, yes, Trump comes for presidency, yes. So Trump comes in and Musk decides to join in, right? He makes a generous donation of how much is it? 250 million
or
right?
more.
And then they become besties, right? Throughout the election, they're together. Trump wins. And we all see that they're moving on quite fast.
Even in the office, Trump was rolling with X.
They start getting too tight. Musk's kid comes to the Oval Office. They're everywhere together, right? Until when Trump back to the Dodge thing, right? They give Musk a position, Dodge, government something. What do you call it again?
Department of Government Efficiency.
Right. Now, this is where Musk had to cherry pick out the agencies or the commitments that the USA had to different organizations all over the world to save the country from debt of about 36 trillion, I presume, right?
I don't look at the figures.
Anyway, it was a really big amount, ranging in trillions of debt. Musk does his thing. He employs graduates from schools.
20-year-olds, kids I'm older than.
22-year-olds, 23s, 24s.
And employing our parents of 50. But Kawa. We will meet. You are young, I'm old. You will see.
So they came up and they went on a whole department to sort of, we can just reference it to guillotining, right?
Yeah.
Made the French Revolution in the white politics.
It was a reign of terror, an economic one.
And they cleared out a lot of necessary, unnecessary, and undue processes to be seen from the future.
Yes.
They saved
you watched that bit where he was making fun of Lesotho. $60 billion. 60. You can imagine to replace with Lesotho. Who knows Lesotho?
So,
I still support Trump though, and some of his policies. Yeah, go ahead.
They're going to clear all of that, right? But then eventually, if you look at it, like I saw something on the internet, right, that said, there's your fellow conspiracy theorist, right? Who, and I quote, she said that Musk joining with Trump was in alignment of his business, right? Because before Trump became the president, yes, there were a lot of controversies that were going on in Musk's life, right?
Yeah, he had to leave. Even he had a beef with Biden.
And
Biden did not invite him to some meeting.
And there were very many controversies there, right? But after Trump won, he took over everything, right? And it seemed like all of his troubles had gone away. Then Trump releases, there's a very funny bill that he released, the big, beautiful bill.
Beautiful bill. It is BBL, but without that L. This time with a B.
So he releases that, and to summarize it for those ones who are not interested in US politics.
You should, man. You get. I was in the village, but it's impacting me.
Regardless of the point, yes. It was about lack of support for Tesla cars, right? Yes, because
they wanted to wipe off every other
gasoline cars and all of that.
In the name of green energy,
environmental conservation. Simply, right? And what that means is there would be no more cars that use gasoline. So simply put, in the long run, all those cars will not exist. Cars that use gasoline, ours, petrol, and diesel, they'd all be out of the way, right? And Trump outwardly refused it. He made funny quotes of how Dodge should look into Musk, right? And he said Musk has the highest, what's it called?
He's receiving. He would not be going to the moon.
I was hurt because a rich white man from South Africa was told of our roots.
Have you seen that meme of let me show you this meme of how Wendy is showing. There was this meme of how Trump is now viewing Musk. It was crazy.
Shit. Elon Masiko. Bro, that's just rude. That's no profile, yeah? But
Elon Masiko.
But simply, yes. So right now they're at loggerheads.
It's crazy.
So right now they're at loggerheads because Musk presumed that his newfound best friend would fund his enlargement, right? Because if you've looked through Musk's recent recordings or interviews, he has this notion of within the next 10 years.
Actually, in the next 10 years, I believe I've been trying to practice his impression. He has that stammer. In the next 10 years, I know that we will be having flights to the moon. And you see,
but simply, he thought he would be backed up by the US president. And of course, US as the so-called presumed strongest power in the country, on the planet, it would be so. Because if America says it's only going to start exporting electric cars, you'd see my fellow Ugandans here in Toyotas opting for low budget Tesla.
They're already charging points in Kampala for electric vehicles.
For borders.
They're for borders.
For borders. Akina Vivo. Huh?
Even electric cars, man.
A Tesla?
Yes.
Wait, you said
this isn't a third world economy as they call it.
You said you have a cousin with a Tesla.
No, but Uganda has Teslas.
We have Teslas that use diesel.
No.
I'm asking.
Hey, with light.
How much do you put gas? Let's be serious. 80k? And you drive for how many miles? He's speaking from a point of lack of experience. You don't know what you're just. You're busy cooking me. Huh?
I mean, it was very Trump-like. How many? So many. They could not even count. So many.
But then, so that's the whole preamble, right? And I think the last thing I read about it was how they parted ways, where he gave him the key to the state, the country. I don't know, but there's a big key he gave him. And Musk referenced the joke about it having a big lock. And that was it.
No, okay. The biggest escalation, I think, was after he fell out, was him saying Trump has not released the Epstein files because he's part of them.
Canteen. For me and the viewers.
So, obviously, you all know Jeffrey Epstein. By the time you're watching this and you don't know Jeffrey Epstein, bruv, pause, go Google. Don't go ahead. I'm not going to explain Jeffrey Epstein. If you do not know Epstein, okay, like Epstein was a pedophile. So he would have those rich guys go to an island. He had an island. Yeah, like more, okay, he was like the white Diddy, but for kids.
This has taken levels I did not presume.
Okay, he was that sort of guy. So he used to have, there are very many people he has been associated with, the Clintons.
Allegedly.
And it's all allegations. Am I doing that, Trump? Okay, it's all allegations. So Trump is on. Trump was a friend. Actually, Epstein once described Trump as a close friend.
Of a pedophile?
No.
Epstein himself, like the pedophile. No, it actually exists.
Allegedly.
Yes.
Okay, let's take it by the allegation. There's an allegation that Epstein claimed Trump is a very good friend of his.
So because you're a friend of a
So
pedophile,
all that stuff is now coming back. As in, it's your company that's going to tell me who you are, right? You know that Luganda proverb? Or something like that. Yeah. Basically, that translates into tell me who your friends are and I can tell you who you are. So
association.
Of course, you're always guilty by association in most cases. Once you're around, you are an alibi or you abetted the thing. So by all means.
So you
the evidence, okay. Musk's argument is that the evidence to all those claims
is in the Epstein files.
He won't release them because he knows
You're incriminating
he's
himself.
incriminating himself.
Allegedly.
No, like why it makes sense is because Trump also released the Martin Luther King files, right? And there was nothing in them. But still, he released them.
When you say Martin Luther files,
like who killed the person that, how Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated. Yeah, there was nothing in them. Like, honestly, I read like 20 pages and I was like, man, I tried reading, of course, man, come on.
For all those who don't know, he's the nerd, I'm the fun one.
Come on. Okay, there was nothing in them, but still he released them. So he's hanging on to those files for a reason people allege. And yesterday when he was like, the government wants to audit, Musk should accept being audited and everything, Musk was just like, I don't want to escalate this, what. But anyway, before I give my take, because obviously
you have a lot to say.
My fodder is controversy. Then
we can see it on your face.
I don't know what you think about it. My question is, do you think it's a genuine beef
between them?
I
believe. Okay, I'm not going to base off your conspiracies. Yes,
I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying that thing. No, that's why I'm letting you speak.
No, it's because
we have freedom of speech. This guy is making it look like we don't have.
This guy. if you pay attention, I've been breadcrumbing us with like small nibbles of conspiracy in between his argument. Small little here and here.
Come on, go ahead.
So I'm going to base it off what I see and what I've read about the issue, right? It looks like these two are loggerheads because, like I told you earlier on, the other woman who made a joke about their relationship, yeah? He believed it would be a funding. Chelsea, if let's put it down to our basic sort of understanding, right? High school. Oh, so let's university politics. Yes, university politics. Now, if I come and I back you up, and you become a president, a guild president in any university, you have the right to select individuals that you want to work with, right?
Yeah.
It varies from university to university, but you're given the right to choose the people, right? So if I back you, I don't need to tell you that I am expecting you to make me a minister.
Yeah.
Understand? I don't expect it because we are in this together. Right? And if you look at it, Musk has done the same thing because he contributed financially. He himself has his own supporters, right? His tech-savvy community. And they were all part of him. He owns X, he owns other things, and all of that could be said that they were used to further on who? Trump's campaign, yes?
Yeah, because when he bought X, then he allowed all these other conspiracy theorists, the QAnons, to come back to X. And
yeah, you see?
Actually, funny enough, when, what was that guy's name? Jaku, the owner of Twitter. When he owned Twitter, I was one of the victims. Jack Dorsey, I was one of the victims of those purges of Trump supporters. I used to be an ardent Trump supporter, by the way. Whoever was retweeting, I actually lost my account. Was it in COVID? Yes, in COVID.
Guys,
that's how I built that account that Aubrey, because it's Aubrey that told me to rebuild the other one. But the one I had initially was actually. But I'm not like that anymore. I'm not like.
To put it out there, Chelse is the only Ugandan who gets affected by US politics.
Bro, like
on an individual level, the rest of us are affected on a country level.
No, like
a fuel increases, and that name on your Twitter account was locked.
Come on. By the way, didn't it was like 8? Against no. It was Biden when Biden won. Yeah, when Biden won. Yeah, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, COVID.
How does the US international
internet
look for you, a Ugandan, and Museveni?
No, the algorithm
looks for you.
Is it no? I don't want to say it's an algorithm, but there is a way. Of course, the servers are going to show that you're pushing, because by then that was called misinformation, right? And actually, it was also happening on Facebook.
So the guy behind the camera is called Aubrey, and he's also a supporter of Trump.
I just have an opinion
about
Me
Trump.
too, by the way.
Keep quiet. First, wait.
I have an open mind.
Quick question.
Let me make this point, and I'm going to display for you the fact that I have the most.
What side is Trump? Is it right? Is it left? Rightist.
No, I am not, by the way. Like, I took my time. I'm not going to lie. I used to be, but I took my time and I found my way in the middle. Like, no.
Yes.
No. For the record, by the way, if I'm conservative, then I should be having issues with LGBTQ people. But I believe that they are humans as much as I am. I don't side with anyone. I
center right.
Okay, now let me tell you. So you've said you believe this is genuine beef because someone is losing at it in the game.
Betrayal of sorts.
You couldn't have invested 300M.
Betrayal in the city.
For fun. Okay. So me, this is what I think. What is what at the beginning of this, I was thinking. I was thinking either Elon Musk is the next president of America. Listen to me. Give me the opportunity to.
It's a free country.
Are you seeing how open my mind is?
Yes.
It is not close to notions of. Okay, that means what I thought. Elon Musk was supposed to be president of America after Trump, because if you look at the events in America, it was the Trump ideology that was running. The people that were actually supporting Trump were the ones pushing Trump policy even in the Parliament of America. So definitely, if someone is behind him and is having him after his coattails like that, he should be his next person, because he knows there is no way he is coming back.
How old is Trump?
He's approaching 80. Must be around that, but man, he's still strong.
That is the one who
year old.
That's the one who doesn't support Trump.
Big Trump stalker, by the way. Like, they have a toxic relationship. Kathy. So, thing is, when they break up, I was like, yeah, this is still something you can think is being masterminded by these guys. I do not believe they are beefing. I believe they are constructing something.
Believe they're pulling a Kardashian T1, you know?
It's very possible. When Musk was like they should cut the funding and all that whatnot. Someone tweeted, or he quote tweeted, and it was like he's going to make a party so that it stops looking like it's a one-party show.
For the support of Dodge, Kuanga, Trump is disorganized.
Because we are under the glass ceiling, we are saying two parties, Dems and Republicans. But ideally, it's one party. Because now like on this BBB, it would be them funding, supporting, pushing it.
The BBL.
It would be a bipartisan thing, both the parties. This guy is interesting. But that's when Musk was like, I'm going to get my own party called over the America Party, something of that sort. So once I saw that tweet, something came to mind. I was like, it's probably, Trump is a smart guy. This is not about simping or supporting him. I have not done that in like 6-7 years. I'm just being honest right now. He is a smart guy.
As they say.
So much so, he has a book called The Art of the Deal.
I want to read that book.
If he has something of that sort, those are signs of the most mischievous man you would ever find. I've read bits of it. I never completed it.
Center right.
Now, this is the thing. I'm going to construct this for you, and I want you to be with me. So, America is run by like 6 people.
6 people?
Yeah.
I'm one of those ones who believe there's a dark government behind the government.
Yeah.
There's a rich family.
What we see is not what we might think of as the guys. I'm a conspiracy theorist of sorts.
We're going to do one of those.
But most times, no. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. No, let's be honest. Most times when I make my theories, they always come to true. Like they always come to fruition. Ask Aubrey. I told him Trump would run American politics even out of his seat. He said no. He saw Biden's thingy. I think I've said that to you. You saw how we caused chaos in Parliament over phone calls. The speaker thing, once Pelosi left. You saw what happened. It was Trump. That's why he's now number 47, even if he wasn't 46. By the way, he released the new cologne.
Ooh, Trump deals in colognes.
No, like, he released it. He released it. He's the president of America, so you would know. Okay, so this is the thing. I don't have all the names, but I can give you people like Peter Thiel. There's a guy called Andreessen. You could say Musk. You could say Zuckerberg. Techie guys.
Him, not
techie
me. Guys. I'm a child from Lenzi. I don't know what's going on.
No, listen. Hear me out. So, these guys, it's out there. They run America. But they have not been doing it pretty well until Trump came. So obviously, you can see why Musk stepped into the backing for Trump at such a price. That's a whole $1 trillion shillings in Uganda. So that is one of the examples. So, and you could see how quickly Zuckerberg adjusted the goalposts. That had to speak something. If you're joining dots, that is 50 joining to 51. If you've played that game before, have you guys played that game before, by the way?
Which game?
In newspapers, where they present an image but in numbers, so they break it, so you have to connect. You've seen it in newspapers. Joining the dots, yeah.
Why did he overcomplicate it? As well.
Okay, like there's a reason Zuckerberg was backing Biden, but he submitted to Trump ASAP. This is it.